Good. Welcome to the replay of this video. Most of you who watch it will be catching it on the replay. This is Carmen Andrea of redefiningwidowhood.com. So I just felt led to hop on live today. I don't know the last time that I've been live on this channel. I haven't really posted consistently on here in a while, and I just felt led to get on live to reconnect and to just kind of give some updates and talk about life lately. So, for those of you who are new to this space, Redefining Widowhood was born in March of 2019, I believe. My husband, my late husband, he died in December of 2018. And I believe I had a few videos on this channel, but then I repurposed the channel after he died. So my first official video in the widowhood grief space was in March 2019. And when I started this channel, like when I really started posting on the channel, I didn't have a motive. I didn't have like a vision for what I was doing. I just knew that I was newly widowed. I was 38 at the time, newly widowed, prematurely widowed, in my opinion, two small children. And I've always been an expressive person, a creative. Before my husband died, I was in the space of social media marketing and branding, and I would teach women how to do video marketing. So I naturally wanted to express the different emotions and the things that I was going through. I didn't want to talk about social media branding, marketing, any of that anymore. So I started grieving and healing out loud. I started hitting record and just sharing my heart, sharing my perspective, sharing the different things that I was going through as a newly widowed woman with two small children, just navigating that space. And the videos, they were very rough, they were raw. And eventually I found out that they were relatable because women from just different places would start watching the videos and reach out to me and say, hey, you're saying what I was feeling, but I couldn't quite communicate it. I went through this same thing with, my in-laws or this person or that person. So through me sharing my story and grieving out loud with no motive, no script, none of that, it became like a community for other women who had experienced the death of a husband to come and to connect. So this space originally started with me just grieving out loud and sharing the journey as a newly widowed woman. Like, no script, none of that. Just like, if you look at some of the beginning videos, you could tell that I was going through something, but I was just sharing my heart and being led as I felt I was supposed to be led. And through that, I realized that it was a form of ministry, that redefining widowhood was a form of ministry for women who had experienced the death of a husband. So throughout the years, because remember, I started this in March of 2019. So it's been 7 years now, over 7 years. So throughout my journey of grieving out loud, a part of my healing process, I became a certified grief counselor. Now, my professional background is in education. I have a Master of Arts in teaching, although I have not taught in I don't know how many years. Like, even when my husband had died, I hadn't taught in so many years, but I knew early on that I wanted to help women in a professional way with their grief. So I became a certified grief counselor over the years of my healing, and I started building that space. And I think with redefining widowhood, it wasn't necessarily supposed to be the space where I heavily marketed my counseling services, although, they're always available. So I went through a period of like, okay, is redefining widowhood ministry? Is it, business? Like, what exactly am I doing in this space? And I felt like in some seasons, maybe I was trying to force a business in a place that was supposed to be ministry, although ministry can be business as well. But I just felt like maybe I should separate the two. And then I went through a season of like, okay, redefining widowhood is done. Like, I've done what I was supposed to do in that space. Maybe I need to just move on and focus on my business. And that's like kind of the place that I've been in over the past really year or so. So much so that I think it was like a month and a half ago, I did a video saying that I was finished in this space. I was moving forward into my Carmen Andrea brand, which my name is Carmen Andrea Harris, but moving into a space where I was able to share all of me, because in redefining widowhood and the counseling, I have other different moving pieces to my life, and I've been separating them all in different brands, different businesses. For example, I'm a homeschool mom and I'm also a homeschool consultant. I'm a certified grief counselor. So I had all of the things separate, and in my mind I was like, I just want to move into a space where I can share all of me and I don't have to compartmentalize it. So I put up a video, but I, since have taken it down. I put up a video saying that I was finished in this place of redefining widowhood. I had done my work. I felt like I had outgrown the space, but the more and more I thought about it, I was like, I haven't outgrown this space. I've simply grown. And redefining widowhood can grow with me because this is still my brand, and this is still a place where I can share like my whole life, and I can still encourage and inspire other women who will unfortunately find themselves widowed, but in a different type of way. Not in the beginning how it started off with me sharing my heart, just rough, raw, in the depths of grief, but showing what life looks like after you have grieved, after you have healed a bit, because healing is a lifelong journey in my opinion, but what it looks like as you go through different seasons and different peaks and valleys and different types of grief outside of the death of your husband. So that's the new era that redefining widowhood is going to be in. I am going to share my life as a ministry of sorts. Not perfect, not like perfectly curated content, but just my real life, all of me. Carmen, the grief counselor, Carmen, the homeschool mom, Carmen, the work from home mom, because that's a part of my life as well. I work from home in addition to building a business and a ministry. I'm about to start a new homeschool year with my children. So, and then I'm also rediscovering who I am outside of like all the different titles and labels that I've picked up over the years. Like I'm rediscovering who I am just as a woman, like what I like to do. I just shared a post, I think like 2 days ago. I went out. I haven't been out in the longest time. I went to the recording of a live podcast, and I had the best time. And, I want to share parts of that, like going out, having fun, socializing, meeting new people, having new experiences in this new season of my life. So those are the things that I'm going to be sharing as well. And then speaking of the event that I went to over the weekend, like I was so inspired by this woman from the live podcast, and I just recently discovered her like not long ago, like maybe like a month ago, and I'm already at her live podcast and just really loving her community that she has created. And when I woke up the next morning after the event, I was inspired to build community again, because in my mind, redefining widowhood is a community. When I think into the future, like it's a community for not just women who have experienced the death of a husband, but women who are experiencing different types of grief, but they want to heal and they want to learn how to live again. You know what I mean? So definitely have been inspired lately to start back using my voice again, sharing different parts of my life. Not scripted, not perfect, just real, raw, and relatable, which is who I am as a person, but also for the purpose of inspiring and encouraging other women who may be in like the throes of grief, or who may be in a season where like you're like, okay, I've grieved, I want to heal now, and I want to learn how to live again. So that's what this space is going to be, me sharing parts of my life for the purpose of hopefully inspiring you, encouraging you, letting you know that, yes, your husband may have died, but your life is not over. And yes, there still are going to be moments where it's hard and it's tough, especially if you have children that you have to raise on your own after the death of your husband. But you can still do it by putting one foot in front of the other. So thank you so much for those of you who have hung out with me, those of you who will catch this on the replay. I just wanted to connect and plug in. It is my goal to continue going live and to actually connect with those of you who are subscribed to this channel, or those of you who will subscribe to this channel because you relate to it, you connect with it, you're in a season of grief and loss, and you want to learn how to heal and to live again. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you